What up, guys? Are you just getting started or you want to start investing in the stock market and you're just so overwhelmed by the number of investing applications that are out there? Well, this video is for you. Today I'll be counting down my top 4 investing apps for beginners in 2021. Welcome back. My name is Stefan. On this channel, we talk about everything and anything that has to do with investing, especially in the stock market. I also talk about building a career in technology because I'm a full-time software engineer. I only do investing on the side because, let's be real, who doesn't like some extra money? For sure, investing in the stock market is one really good way of generating some passive income. It is a perfect example of letting your money work for you. First things first, I just want to put this disclaimer out there. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a Wall Street analyst. Everything I say here is just my personal perspective based on my individual experiences. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's jump in. Unless you've been living under the rocks and you've never had an opportunity to watch any of my videos, which, by the way, why haven't you watched them? Then you definitely know my number one pick would be Robinhood. Robinhood is by far my best investing app for beginners, and it's easy to see why. It is free, it has instant deposits, you can enable dividend reinvesting, you can even buy cryptocurrencies. Overall, it's just really easy to use. I love the real-time data they give on the performance of your portfolio, but there is a but. Robinhood customer service sucks. Actually, they don't have any dedicated number for customer service where you can call and speak to an agent. The only way you can get to them is either through their app or email. You can text them on their app and it's going to go to them as email. They're going to respond to you through an email, and I feel like that sucks. There should be a way for somebody to actually speak to an agent. There are some times that you need to do something urgently and you can't get anyone urgently. Maybe it's going to take 2 to 3 business days before they get back to you, maybe sometimes 1 business day, but that whole time is just annoying. Moving on, my second pick is gonna be M1 Finance. When I started investing in the stock market 1 year ago, I used M1 Finance to buy a lot of my stocks. That was because I could use M1 Finance to buy fractional shares, but I wasn't able to use Robinhood to buy fractional shares. Eventually, Robinhood enabled that, so right now, most of my investing is with, you guessed it, Robinhood. Besides fractional shares, M1 Finance has its other selling points. M1 Finance has a pie-based investing strategy. What that means is you can create a pie of so many stocks. For example, you might want to have Google, Facebook, Amazon, and Apple in one pie, and you assign different percentages to these companies. So each time you want to buy for that pie, you can just tell M1 Finance, I have $1,000 to put in this pie, and then M1 Finance is going to buy those shares based on the percentages that are assigned to them. This is a cool way of balancing your portfolio, and they also have expert pies that if you don't know too much about investing, you can just go to the expert pies and you just buy the expert pies. That is people who are experts in investing. They have created pies and you can just pick one of the pies and then you start investing in them. One other cool thing I like about M1 Finance is that it lets you sort your stocks based on whatever feature you want to choose. Maybe, for example, you want to choose the highest returns. It's going to sort your stocks based on the stock that is giving you the highest money is going to be up and stuff like that. I mean, that's not so much of a big deal, but I just like that cool stuff that I can be able to see my stocks in different lights. I mean, Robinhood doesn't have that. You can also do that with maybe an Excel sheet or something, but I love the fact that M1 is giving that for free. One thing I don't like about M1 Finance is the fact that you can only trade one time in one day if you have a regular profile. And if you do upgrade to a premium profile, you can trade 2 times in one day, which I find it annoying. With Robinhood, I can trade anytime within the trading hours, even a little bit of the extended hours I can use. But with M1 Finance, I can only trade in the morning and maybe one time in the afternoon, depending on whether or not I have a Go account. Also, I don't see this real-time performance of my portfolio with the charts going up and down like I do on Robinhood. I need to click on a specific stock and then I can be able to see a little bit of the charts going up, like for one day and then 1 week and stuff like that. But it's not real-time like Robinhood. And now my number 3 pick is going to be Webull. Webull can be a little bit intimidating for a beginner investor. Webull is going to work best for like somebody who is intermediate or maybe advanced, because it just has this so many features that gets overwhelming for a beginner. One cool thing about Webull though is the fact that it has this cool feature called paper trading. With that, they can give you a huge sum of money, like 1 million, for you to just trade virtually, to just practice, to see whether or not investing is something you want to get into. You can build a portfolio based on that virtual money. Eventually, once you're comfortable, you can now start using your real money to invest. Another cool stuff that I like about Webull is the fact that it has like a really good extensive research material. It has just so many lists. For example, there is top gainers, there is top losers. I can be able to see people who have lost like for the past week, the past month, and even up to 52 weeks. You can be able to see the stocks that have been down for the past 52 weeks and the stocks that have been up the most for the past 52 weeks. I used that especially during COVID. I was able to track the stocks that had been hit the most. That way, I was able to do research on those companies and see if there's a likelihood of them recovering, and then I'll just easily buy them. And eventually, I finally ended up doing well with those stocks. So thanks to Webull, I was able to do that easily without going to do so much research on my own. I just saw the list from Webull. Webull also has this community where you can go and chat about stocks. I don't use it too much, but it's a cool stuff that they have. One thing that I think is a downside for Webull for me is the fact that it's just very cumbersome. When you get there, you can easily get lost. You can easily not know what to do to be able to buy a stock. You need some time to actually figure out the platform. And when you deposit some money, it takes a while for that money to get into your account before you can be able to use it and buy stocks. You don't just get instant deposits like with Robinhood and M1 Finance. And now my final best investing app for beginners is none other than Acorns. Acorns is a little bit different than all of these other ones I've mentioned before. Acorns is an automated based investing platform. That is, they invest your money for you. You don't have the privilege to pick your individual stocks. They ask you so many questions about like the kind of risk tolerance that you have. If you are a very aggressive investor, if you are someone who wants to minimize risk as much as possible, then they are going to know the kind of index fund to invest your money in. Index fund is basically a company that has invested in so many companies. That is, they reduce the risk as much as possible. If their stock is going down, that means probably the whole general stock market is going down. Those are the kind of things that Acorns invest your money in for you. They don't do individual stocks. One cool thing about Acorns is the fact that they have this capability to do roundup investing. That is, they track your transactions and whatever change you have when you buy anything. For example, a cup of coffee, they are going to track the cost of that, and if it had like a change, for example $3.50, they are just going to round up the 50 cents to maybe $1, depending on how you tell them to do it. They can also multiply it maybe to $2, and then they'll invest that money for you. They also have cool graphs where you can see how much you can make in like 60 years if you invest at a certain pace. So that is really good in terms of long term, for you to be excited to see how much you can be able to make if you keep investing a certain amount of money over a period of time. So that is really nice. One major downside for me though about Acorns is the fact that it is not free. All the other ones I've mentioned here, they are free, but Acorns, it is not free. It is very affordable though. The most basic profile is $1. They have a profile for $2. They have a profile for $3. They have a profile for $5, which is the highest. For me though, no matter how small, I just do not like using it because I am not eventually going to have a lot of money invested there, and they are going to be charging me $1 a month, which I don't think is worth it. If I wanted to have a lot of money there, then $1 a month would not be bad. But then if they are just taking change and I have other nice platforms that I can use, then I definitely would not be interested to just be paying $1 to just have a little bit of money invested there. Also, one thing I don't like is the fact that I don't have control of my stuff. I like to buy my own thing. Even if I want to invest in index funds, I can do that with Robinhood or M1 Finance. I don't want someone to be doing it for me. But then again, like I said, this is just my perspective. You might want that. You might want to be less involved as much as possible. You might want to minimize risk as much as possible. You might want to invest a lot of money with Acorns. Then that is a really great platform. So people, it will be the best, especially if you're just starting, because you basically do not need to know anything to be able to invest with Acorns. They just do it for you. So that is really great. One thing I must note is that all these apps I've listed here, you probably need to be in the US to be able to use them. I'll make another video for international users, people who are not in the US. I'll make another video for the apps that you can use, and I'll put the link in the description below. I'll also make another video reviewing each of these apps specifically, because today I was just doing a brief overview of this app, so I really did not go in depth. I'll make another video for in-depth reviews for each specific app that I mentioned today. Also, I'll be leaving links below for Robinhood. If you sign up, you get a free stock. I also get free stock. I'll leave a link also for Webull. If you sign up and deposit $100, you're going to get 2 free stocks, and I'll also get 2 free stocks. It is a win-win for everybody. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a favor and smash the like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.